And Talking Points analyst Michael Furnari is here to provide some more context. We've seen this photo all over the news this weekend. Can you just talk about it a little bit more for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, the photo is from Ralph Northam's yearbook from 1984. It was pictured on his page, and it's pictured next to a variety of other images of him, him in uniform, things like that. And one of the other kind of lesser noted aspects of this is that there's actually a racist or racially charged nickname attributed to him right under that picture, which is not ideal. And that nickname also comes up later on in other yearbooks he's been in and other kind of citations for him in various points. But the picture is apparently of him in blackface. There's really no evidence, at least that we can find, that it's not him in the photo, other than some kind of wacky mishap where the people in charge of the yearbook misplaced it. But he is pretty clearly in a racist costume in that photo, and there's really there's no plausible deniability for an excuse of what that costume could be, other than that racist caricature.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about how he's responded. First, it wasn't him in the picture, then it was the wrong picture. So how is he dealing with this?
Yeah, it's been actually a really kind of goofy response to it all, and it's one of those things that is so strange you almost couldn't make up. So on Friday, when the image came out Friday night, he released a statement saying that he was apologizing, that it was him in the photo, and that he is very, very sorry, and that he's going to do everything he can to make up for it. Then, of course, as we heard that weekend, he scheduled a press conference, and he kind of changed his tune a little bit. He said that it was not him in the photo unequivocally. He kept repeating that he only tells the truth, he would never lie to the people, and that it is not him in the photo. Oddly enough, he fessed up to being in blackface a different time. He said that he once dressed up as Michael Jackson and tried to kind of impersonate him, and so that time he was in blackface, but not in the one where he's pictured in this yearbook. And that seems to be the defense he's going with. It's something we've kind of seen some politicians do, like the deny, deny, deny kind of strategy. And that's what he's going with right now. And that's really been at least Ralph Northam's response to claim his innocence and, insinuate this is some kind of mix-up.
Now, his response has been kind of all over the place, as you just described. But what has the public's response been? Have people from both sides of the aisle basically been on the same page? And what does this mean for his fate as governor?
Yeah, as you might imagine, blackface is not very popular. It's something that it's pretty inexcusable. And as you've seen condemnations from lots of politicians, including President Trump and Joe Biden. Most particularly, President Trump tweeted the other day about this issue. I think it seemed like he was maybe gloating a little bit about the whole thing, but he did make an explicit call for his resignation. And then Joe Biden did the same thing, a very strong, unequivocal denunciation, as we see right here. There is no place for racism in America, and that Justin Fairfax should be the new leader of Virginia. And Justin Fairfax is lieutenant governor of Virginia, and he's facing some issues because he's right now facing a sexual assault scandal. So it's really kind of muddy waters for exactly what's going to happen here. If I had to predict something, I think actually that Ralph Northam is probably going to survive this, as hard as that is to imagine.
Wow.
I think that the fact that he's made it this far is probably a good sign for his candidacy going forward.
Well, definitely something that's going to be in the news for the next couple of days.